Damn, your team is 99,000. She used to walk up to Jefferson just to buy Bob hot dogs. They say you and David down the street used to break dance together.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for Nick Chubb. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. Well, this defense for the Chargers, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you go?
His big tight end. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Lions at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business. 2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
And that will be incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and is built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Second and a couple. Here's Herbert. This one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone, following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 3. Herbert now. And his throw is incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying,
touchdown, Chargers! Will Dissly, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon.
Come on.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
You see Moses right there.
Line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago. Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Helmet off. Knock his helmet off.
And it's 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 7. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 21. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Allen. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Let him down.
2nd down and a yard. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Nick Chubb, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level. But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Second and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw.
He ain't gonna drop it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Second down and 3. Back to throw here, Herbert. Thomas brings it in. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Escaping the pressure right.
Got it. Oh, he over there chilling, too.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Lions are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip inside the 5-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Allen.
Not today, baby.
That's going to wind up incomplete.
Not today. That killer's out there.
Because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Again, they'll throw with Allen.
Come on, you think this a gizm?
Down near the goal line, things really get
gizm?
physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Allen now on 3rd and goal.
You think this a gizm? Killer's gonna get 3.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Herbert off of play action. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now Herbert with it looking to pass. Looking long for Thomas.
Oh! And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And no move to get Herbert off the field. They're going for this. Here we go on fourth. Herbert. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Going up top.
Oh! Oh, I am pressing! Oh!
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return.
Yeah. Motherfucker.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. But they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
Block, bitch.
Release as this will be incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in
Play better defense, baby.
Right at midfield.
Play better
It's
defense.
a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
See you later.
Spins past him. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 54 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And out of bounds, all the way down to 3. A very solid gain of 27. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and he looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Good do. Good dude, good dude.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point.
Dude.
And that makes it 14-10.
I had a fan that was commenting. I wonder where my little fan go. I had a little thing in the corner that was making little comments. Dang, where he go to? Where you go, G?
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Don't run. Tell me, don't run. Oh, don't run.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now.
Lay his ass out.
And what they plan to do on offense.
Don't run.
Second and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Don't.
Allen now looks to throw.
Don't run.
He throws there, incomplete.
Don't run.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in.
That's why I know who's playing this game now. I know who's playing this shit. Don't, Lord. It ain't gonna work, though.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Throw left side is complete.
Ain't good enough.
Effort. And he's going
to
be
good enough.
Short of the first down. Needed the 40, but he's a yard or
good
two
enough.
shy.
Well,
that's just simply not right. To make that kind of a catch, that spectacular, and not get a first down out of it.
I guess he could put it on his personal highlight reel, however.
Yeah, he'll get the catch, he'll get the yardage, but he doesn't get what he really wants.
Running for it. Here's Chubb.
I had him back there. Knock his helmet off.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Knock his helmet off.
The
Don't do that no more.
Is so deflating.
Telling
you. Not only is it deflating, they've got to look at each other's eyes on that side of the ball and take each other's measure. You've got them backed up, perfect situation, and what they said to you on the other side is, we don't think you can stop us. Went ahead and got it in that position. That should never happen.
This one brought in by Jefferson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up second down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From midfield, here's Allen.
Oh, homie. Gotta drop that. Find it.
There enough to jar that ball
free.
Think
this is a
and
game?
It brings up 4th down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. To the air, Allen. And it's incomplete.
Killer!
Convert, and they turn it over.
Killer!
Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right
San
at
Diego
midfield.
Killer. We go call the we go cry when he get in the car. He go cry when he get in the car.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Running left, Taylor. He'll take this to the 46.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Thornton, the motion man right. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Here's Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got
Off
a man.
me.
That's
Get
Taylor.
off me.
And he'll go out of bounds after
You ain't
taking it a little
tough,
further
no.
down inside the 40.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Back now at Ford Field. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter.
I don't like how you ain't saying this is a blowout. I don't like how he ain't been saying. I don't like how he ain't been saying.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert.
That boy dangerous. Woo! He tossing that ball.
Close to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. First and 10, Taylor now. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Brian Branch from the secondary in on the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Them boys is doing
That's a little juke move there on a nice game. 71 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down the 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. And his kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can.
Boy.
And when you actually do, they put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. They go up the middle and chum. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
Oh, my God.
At least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
It's going to hurt you in the end.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. And now they'll throw with Allen.
Oh, no.
And he'll be hit
as
he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Come on, man.
That's
Don't do that no more.
Incomplete.
Don't do that
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense.
In the world.
And here's another example on that last play.
Now this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
That's good for the Lions.
Oh, there.
Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Allen. Gibbs straight ahead. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Purdy, you get about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Now Allen.
This shit again. This shit again.
And now it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off? He
think it's a game. That's nasty with this shit.
Intercepted.
nasty with this shit, man.
And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game. When I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Okay.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. This is 1st and 10. Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Thank this shit again.
Thank
this shit again.
Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Throwing, Allen. He's going to let it fly. Oh, that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game. Well, you can see what they were trying to do. Just send those guys out there to make a play, but that is a costly interception.
Yeah, that's kind of like the backyard. Everybody go deep, and let's see if we can find someone. 4 verticals in the route. Any other time of the game, I love the call. But here, you're not going to hold safeties. You're not going to hold corners with any looks because they know what the situation is. Ends up throwing the interception.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
Shit,
a little too amped up there. Got to him before he had a chance to catch it.
Another example of players in tough spots getting the protection that they deserve. Got to make sure that he's able to catch the ball before you get to him.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Oh, thank you. If you trying to throw D, why you keep coming out in the wing formation?
Here's Allen.
Jumping this.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans.
You trying to throw deep, why you coming out in the wing formation? Getting the spread or something, man. That's football. You ain't got no motherfucking speedy players like that. You got one species.
And what is going on here? Are they serious? 1st down, and they're in punt formation. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Here's 1st down. Here's Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
You want to pick.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. And think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept the pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing is Allen. That's down the field for Jefferson. And it's knocked away.
Jefferson ain't got no speed.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. This ball intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
Good game.
And the Chargers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different.